Hey District 5960, my name is Joe Stallman and I'm a co-leader of the district's Polio Plus committee along with my buddy Charlie Cogan. It's October and October is World Polio Day. October 24th is World Polio Day. October is a bunch of things and we are doing a whole bunch of cool stuff this month to raise awareness and funds. Today I am joined by Dale Quigley, who, besides being our district governor nominee, is also a medical professional and has been on a polio immunization trip. And I'm a little bit jealous about that, so I want to hear about it. Dale, thank you so much for joining us. How are you doing today?
Oh, I'm doing great. Thank you so much for having me.
Awesome. So tell us about your trip. Where did you go? When did you go? How long were you there?
So I went in, I believe it was February of 2011, and I went with a group actually from across the United States. Several, though, were from the Rice Lake Club in our district. There was a gentleman from the Chicago #1 Club, and we went over basically to watch their immunization program. It was fabulous. I mean, it was probably one of the best trips I've ever taken in my whole life. And we spent our time either out in India, watching the process being undertaken, and then visiting Rotary clubs throughout India itself, mainly out of the Delhi kind of area, and through Agra and that area. We did not go to the southern part. I mean, it was fabulous.
That sounds wonderful. So how did it feel to participate in something like that?
It was wonderful. It's fascinating to see what they are able to do.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, to immunize children here, it's this long kind of drawn out process and lots of paperwork. And in India, they immunize twice a year, every child under the age of 5.
Wow.
So 145 million children in 3 days. I mean the enormity of it, the organization that has to occur. But they literally set up immunization stations like every block or two throughout India. And the children just come up with their parents. They're given a couple of drops in their mouth, and then they paint their pinky finger with gentian violet. And that way the child can't come through again, because everybody gets like a toy or a sticker. And so you'd have kids who would come through multiple times. And so it's a way to prevent that from happening. But it's amazing. They go into every slum. They go into every tent city. Mm-hmm. They use local medical providers, healthcare workers who know the people, so they know where they've been, where they haven't been. They mark every tent, every house they go in with chalk, so they know if they've been there and if the children have been immunized. It's incredible.
That must be incredible to see, especially you. So you're a doctor. So from a doctor's perspective, I mean, that just must be amazing. Can you share a little bit about the significance of what GPEI is doing and the impact it's had on the world?
Yeah, I think what we forget in the United States, because we are really to the point that people who suffered polio are really now, they're passing away. So we have not, most of us growing up have not seen active polio, have not witnessed our friends or the parents of our friends suffer from this, or suffer from post-polio syndrome later on in life, get through the initial infection and then have symptoms come back later on. And so to us, it's like polio, what's the big deal? In India, where polio has been so endemic for so long, there are hospitals set up simply to take care of people who have suffered from polio. Mainly because once you have that disability, there are so many things that are not open to you in other countries. Right. We have a Disability Act here. That is not the way the world works elsewhere. But we also forget, I mean, maybe we're learning now with the pandemic, but these diseases are one plane trip away. That's it. We don't have polio here because a good percentage of our children are immunized. But if that goes down, like people not getting, the measles vaccine, all it takes is one person flying here with polio and watching polio come back across the United States. So
yes, thank you so much for sharing that. What would you say to people who are watching this to encourage them to participate in Rotary's Polio Eradication Initiative. Like what, and also to give to Polio Plus.
Hey, we're this close.
Yes.
Close. I mean, when you look at what we've accomplished and the time and the effort,
Yeah.
and to stop now, to fall short because we do not have the will to continue on, that would be such a shame, such a shame, such a waste. Because truly we are that close. We are to the point that we could be with smallpox, which is it's gone for us to never see it again.
I love it.
Yeah, it's so
I
important.
love it. Dale, thank you so much. You are an inspiration. We're looking forward to your continued leadership in, well, is it a couple years, I suppose?
Years.
Yeah. But you're already a leader in my mind. So thank you.
Thanks, Joe.
Hey,
Have a great day.
hey, remember everyone else out there, it is time to strike out polio this month. I got my baseball. So if you give $100 in October, we will match it with another $100. And if you give 365, we will cover an entire Paul Harris Fellowship for you or for a loved one or for whoever you want to give it to. So as always, also remember that the Gates Foundation will match our cumulative contribution 2-1. So there has never been a better time to give. Thanks for listening, 5960, and let's end polio now.